As soon as I uploaded it, I instantly regretted it. The backlash was just terrible. All the comments were like, I'm unsubscribing. I literally lost 1,000 subscribers in a day. Never lost that many subscribers so fast. Like, instantly, I just saw it. Like, I had built something up and worked so hard on it, and I was like, what did I do? Today, history was made. Two previous enemies, two arch nemesises came together to make one video. And this is something that people literally didn't want us to do. Trippin was approached by an outside party and offered $2,500 not to make this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and here we go. What is up, guys? Cam's Kicks here, bringing you guys another video. So this is a legendary moment right here. I'm with the man himself, Trippin.
Wow, handshake.
How's it going, man?
It's like
handshake to start it off.
Trump meeting Kim Jong-un, meet a nice handshake.
Yeah. No, that's literally what it is. This is a legendary moment.
Worlds colliding here. This is crazy.
People have wanted to see this for over a year.
Over a year.
This is insane. We finally made it happen. I'm in Connecticut for a little bit longer, and I was like, aren't you like 2 hours away? You're from what, New Hampshire?
New Hampshire, yep.
Okay, what part of New Hampshire?
Just southern New Hampshire-ish.
Yeah, and something that's even crazier that we just found out. We were born in the same hospital.
We were.
What are the odds of that? He was born in New Hampshire. I was born in New Hampshire. I moved to South Carolina when I was like 8 or 9, I want to say. That's where I lived most of my life after that. So that's pretty crazy that we were born in the same hospital. So
it was destined to be. This is
literally destiny.
Everything. This is destiny. I believe that.
Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know who you are, I don't even know where to start off. It's been a crazy journey, but you want to just tell a little bit about yourself, kind of what you did like to get to this point?
So I was a fashion commentary channel, made some very critical videos of Cam right here that garnished hundreds of thousands of views.
Yep.
Well, I was going to meet you in May.
What was May?
It was when I visited the store and you weren't there.
Of course I wasn't there.
So you weren't there. That was kind of the whole lead up. You weren't there. Many people were disappointed, wanted me to come see you again.
Yep.
And now, a year from that, here we are, and the beef. I mean, people are going to be surprised. How, like, I don't know what they want me to say about you.
Yeah.
A lot has changed. I mean, the feelings have shifted, I guess.
What do you think made those feelings shift exactly?
I think everything that we're going to talk about in this video.
Okay.
I feel like, you know, what happened is what happened. So we're here to talk about that. So.
Yeah, so where do you want to start?
Want to talk about the store? Describe your last, I want to say 3 months of your store and how that kind of led to closing the store. Actually, no, talk about York. What happened with York?
Okay, so the thing that happened with York is it was obviously a great location. There was people driving from all over the place. Like literally there was people that even started coming from other countries. I was like, this is insane. It was definitely a blessing, and just such a great store. I'm so grateful for it. That's obviously where I started off. So it was going well and everything, and we ended up going to Dallas Sneaker Con May of 2021, and best sneaker show I've ever been to, honestly. We spent 60 grand. It was insane, and I was just like, the support was insane, so I wanted to have a store location there, and it's kind of what my next steps were. So I was like, how can we make this happen? So started looking into it, and I was like, I think I can actually make this work. I flew out there in July to look at the location, and me not knowing any better, I should have done a lot more research on like location and kind of scope out the market more, but I just jumped into it because the store was doing so well in New York. I thought I could just handle anything, and obviously you can only handle so much at a time, so I jumped into it way too quick and tried to expand, and that's kind of when things started to decline a little bit. There was some issues that legally I can't even speak about, just with people trying to sue me and this and that. So financially, I wasn't the best place that I was in, so it wasn't a good moment to open the store.
Would you have been financially better, do you think, if you stayed in York itself?
Yes.
Or would you, so splitting the funds like that were not a
I didn't know how to properly manage it, because that's the first time I had ever done anything like that, obviously. I thought since I opened one store, I might as well be able to handle two, but unfortunately, I just couldn't, and I ultimately ended up closing that one because it wasn't producing enough. People were barely coming in anymore. We weren't able to stock it with inventory because we were trying to disperse the inventory between 2 locations, and it was just too difficult, unfortunately. I opened up Dallas in November. It took forever to open up because, again, not going to say any names, but my previous employee didn't do anything. Like, I was paying him and paid him thousands of dollars, literally doing nothing. So Alexa, big shout out to her. I could never thank her enough. She's just absolutely amazing. She stepped up, didn't expect any compensation at all. She found contractors. She found pretty much everything to get the store started. It probably would have taken another month or 2 to be open if it wasn't for her. So I would be much worse off without her. So that's definitely a blessing. And we finally got it open. I opened up with around $230,000 worth of inventory. So I thought that was really good, like between both locations.
Okay.
And after I closed Dallas, my final inventory that I sold off was around 45 grand. So it was just scary how fast my inventory was depleting. I was burning through cash and just continued to decline.
Was that split up between, did you get out of the rent lease in Pennsylvania?
No,
or were you still paying while you closed down?
Yeah, so I technically was still paying while I closed down, but I wasn't going to fight them on it because I literally had 2 months left on the lease. So I was like, I guess it was only $1,100, which, I mean, not only $1,100, but for rent, that's really not bad. Like,
what were you paying monthly in York?
$1,100.
Okay, so it was 1,100. Okay.
No. So
was that monthly? Was it monthly 1,100?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Dallas was like $3 grand, and
wow.
the location that it was in, not a good location at all. It was next to an Aquatot swim school, next to a kids karate place, and there was like a daycare. That's not the market you want to be in. That's all kids stuff. So,
and your audience kind of is a lot of kids, though.
Yeah, but not like daycare kids. I didn't see any hype beast going into the daycare.
I mean, you start them young, but
yeah.
So it wasn't really in Dallas. It was kind of on the outskirts in Plano, right?
Yep.
It wasn't in like the heart of Dallas?
No, it wasn't in downtown Dallas. It was a city called Plano right outside of Dallas. But I just considered it Dallas because everyone from Dallas would obviously come there.
Sure.
So, and it just wasn't what it was in York. Like, unfortunately not. Like, it was a great location. I had great support and everything, but people weren't coming like they did from York. And I think it's just that East Coast market is just such a perfect market to be in for resale business. And I had mentioned too, my plan is to move back to Dallas. I'm not opening a store right now. I just want to focus on reselling, and I'm going to be making a lot of consistent content 5 days a week. So it's going to be very good and get back to my roots to what made me. But I definitely plan on opening a store in the future. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, because I know with everything happening, I know a lot of people are kind of curious. When do you project yourself seeing another Cam's Kicks store, even granted if you even call yourself that?
Well, yeah, I will say that too. That's a great question because first off, I'm not going to call the store Cam's Kicks because if that's something I ever do want to sell and franchise, it's just not sellable if you're tied down to a name. So of course the channel is always going to be Cam's Kicks. I'm not going to change that, and we'll get to. I did change that at one point, but we'll get to that. So we're building up.
We're kind of building into the big thing here. So there's a lot we gotta kind of slowly teeter into until because there's like drama with you every week about something. So a backstory is kind of necessary to what, like a week ago. I mean, a month when this is going out, but
exactly. Yeah, so. and stop me if I'm going too fast too. I don't know if we're kind of jumping around too much, but I mean, I think it's flowing pretty well so far.
Yeah, this seems good.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't think the store will be called Cam's Kicks. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, so unfortunately, I can't answer that question. We'll see when that day comes. But as far as time frame, I don't know exactly. It's just I want to get back to that point where I have such good inventory. I'm like, okay, I'm selling it so fast, I'm acquiring it so fast. Why don't I just have a location? Right now, I'm just starting. I have about 30,000 worth of inventory that I spent. So I mean, nothing crazy. I don't have a lot more to invest. So the scary part is that I do have a lot invested. That's not all my money, but a good portion of it. Because
so invested in like paying off the Dallas lease, because I know that's the thing
too that I'm working on. So finally, I do have a very good lawyer, and he's working on that for me. So we'll see if we can get that resolved. I don't know what the update with that is currently, but yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to get out of. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much where I'm at as far as that. So
okay, I mean, do you want to get into the story of how this company reached out to you, or kind of say as much as you can about maybe before you heard about them, maybe about your other employees, because I know many of them are working for them right now or have contacts with them. So how did you get approached? Kind of the story, how that kind of unraveled, because I know many people want to kind of hear how they came into your life, how the store closed, how you worked for them, and now here you are back alone. So kind of give, I think the people deserve a little timeline here.
No, absolutely. So, like I said, I was depleting through my inventory so fast, so I thought that I was going to end up going bankrupt if it continued. Like if I had continued doing the store for another 3 months, I don't know if I would have survived, to be honest. I mean, I was looking into getting business loans and stuff like that. Maybe that's the way I could have survived. I mean, I've been through a lot of situations, as I'm sure you know many of them.
Yes,
so I tend to work things out. I figure it out. I've typically had a great team around me, like helping me with that type of thing as well. But I mean, everyone has their issues. So, but yeah, so I was,
and that was resulted. The issues were, leaving York. Then you could expand to Dallas.
Yep.
Dallas didn't pan out how it was, with employee matters, overhead. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. I don't really know all your expenses list, but clearly, if the Dallas store location was 3 times as much as rent, it's gonna, put a lot more cost into you, especially if people aren't coming into the store as much as they were.
And then, one thing too, like I don't remember what my overhead was, but at one point it was literally like 50 grand. That's why it just wasn't sustainable, because I was making like 10, 15, maybe 20 grand profit. So I was just losing 30 grand a month, like again and again, whatever I'm trying to say. But like, so that's why if I continued down that, it would have been to zero at one point. So I was kind of stressed out, obviously, trying to figure everything out. And the employee that I fired, everyone knows who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say his name, but basically with him, while he was still employed with me, he said that the company approached him, because you asked about how I first heard about this company.
How do you hear about the company?
So I had never heard about them, and apparently it was this rapidly fast-growing company that was just insane, doing numbers and things that people have never even heard of before. And I was like, how have I never heard of them? So I thought it was pretty interesting, and they approached him first, so they never even contacted me. And actually, they never contacted me at all. It was all through my employees, but I'll get to that. So they flew him out to one of their grand openings, one of their, I think, Florida stores. I don't know exactly which one it was. I forget, to be honest. And when he came back, he just told me it was such an insane experience. Like, they sold the Dior one for like 10, 13 grand. And just their prices were so high, but people were paying them. It was crazy, because all their locations are in like some of the best malls in America, owned by like Forbes, and doing crazy numbers. Like, foot traffic is insane. They just get sales. Like, it's just unexplainable.
And I feel like when you're in that such a high traffic area, especially, the thing is, if people don't really know like what like a price of a shoe is, and then
and that's the thing. They what is it called? Like they advantage. Is that the right word?
Yeah, I mean,
they get an advantage off of people that don't know any better.
I mean, they're kind of like taking advantage a little bit, because if you're like a true sneakerhead, if any of you guys know the market, or you guys resell, like, you can tell like that's overpriced. Or if you're selling a shoe, you can obviously know that you deserve more for that shoe. And
that's something we were talking about. Like, the lifetime value of a customer is so much more valuable than just...
And it's a one and done, cool, you bought it, goodbye.
If you think about it like this, you scam some... I don't know if scam's the right word. I don't know if we can say that. Okay. You rip someone off. I don't know what you want to call it, but you overcharge someone. So say a shoe's like $300 on StockX, and you charge them $550 or something like that. They don't know any better. They might spend that $550 once, but then they get back, they wear the shoes, and they look them up. They're like, oh, I want to get into shoes. And they're like, this is only going for $300. Why did they charge me $550? So then at that point, they're like, yeah, I'm not going to shop there. I'm just going to find all these other places that the market is so much cheaper, because the market is rapidly expanding now, and it's so competitive. There's always somewhere out there selling a shoe for a better price for the most part. So they're never going to come back there. Compared to, like, if you tender to like the sneakerhead, like you were saying,
exactly,
you give them a fair price. They're like, wow, this store's really cool. They have a great atmosphere. Everyone's super good, like welcoming, and they come back, and they might buy a $300 shoe 5 times, and they spent $1,500. So that's just the thing that people don't look at a lot of times. And one thing I've always said too, like, I'm a very honest person. I always do business the honest way. I've never tried to intentionally scam someone. So like, I would never do that, because it's, again, the lifetime value of a customer. Sure, you could scam someone for $500 to get their money, but they're never going to come back to you. They're not going to keep buying. So imagine if you just take their money and give them the product, and then they keep coming back. Like, who knows how much you can make off of one person. So that's just kind of the way that I look at things. But
definitely, yeah.
I don't know if we're getting a little off track with that.
No, I mean, I think it's good just to compare. They are such a huge market. I mean, I never heard about them until you talked about them.
And that's the thing that sucks, that I'm realizing more, is really my platform is so valuable, and that's why you can never truly put a price on it, because companies will literally pay you like $3,000, $5,000, whatever it is, for a minute to like 30-second integration in your video. So imagine what the entire channel is worth. Imagine channels with millions of subscribers. Like it's so valuable, because the marketing and just what people are doing nowadays to market their products, like it's always changing.
Well, yeah, it's so hard to even build up a YouTube channel that is that active.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we can talk about when you change the name over and everything. That's kind of a little bit further on, but having you can't just buy followers.
Yeah.
You know, and I think
some people do, but they're not going to be loyal followers.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're just going to be, they don't really care for you. So, you know, when you changed over your name, the comments on that video,
horrendous.
It was crazy.
I lost 1,000 subscribers in one day.
So,
one of the worst mistakes I made during my career. So, but yeah, we'll get back into what I was saying. So, they approached this employee that I had at the time. He went out there, said the grand opening was crazy. They did something like $60,000, $70,000 in sales in one day. And my biggest day ever, I've done 36 grand in a day, but that was like mainly to bulk sellers. So it was never like people coming in store like that. Like my main business model was always kind of buying for cheap and then selling for cheap as well. I never wanted to overprice stuff. So a lot of times I would just sell it off in bulk and make that quick flip, just keep reinvesting it and turning it over. But anyway, so after I had fired that employee, he was gone for a little bit. I didn't really think at all about the company, because I barely talked to him about it. Like, I didn't ask for too much details, because we were already not on the best of terms. Like, just we weren't really saying that to each other. So I didn't ask him too much about it, so I wasn't really that sure about it. And the last few weeks that we were open in Dallas, Danny was approached by them. I guess Ronnie had previously been approached by them, but he thought it was something kind of weird, and like he never really put the time into it. But I guess Danny saw an opportunity and he wanted to take advantage of it. So they offered to fly him out to one of their grand openings. I think it was Orlando. I don't know which one it was, but so they flew him out to the grand opening. Again, same thing. Like, they did a crazy amount in sales. He told me how crazy it was, and he was like, this time he was like, the owner wants to actually speak to you. I was like, really? About what? I mean, I had literally no idea. And I was like, yeah, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, it's just a phone call. So he put me in contact with them. We ended up setting up a call. I think it was literally the next day. I was just in Dallas running the store, and he called me, and he was like, just telling me all these crazy things about how they expanded, where they came from. I was like, how is this possible? And like, it was just unreal. Like,
yeah, it was out of the blue too, because on your channel you can see you guys were all sitting down, you know, you, Ronnie, Danny, Alexa, all on camera talking about how excited you guys were to see what the future holds. Was that a facade? Were you guys really that believable, or?
No, I mean, we believed in it. Anything I put my time into, I believe in it with the fullest. Like I said, I tend to figure things out. So even if I didn't take this route, I know I would have figured it out. I mean, I don't know how long it would have taken, but
you were essentially planning to continue the name Cam's Kicks, but then this opportunity arose for all your employees, essentially.
Yeah, and I was in a way deceived, because a lot of times I've been taken advantage of a lot. I mean, there's many stories we can talk about maybe for another time, but one thing people don't even know, and this is a little off topic, but before I even opened the store in New York, I actually was partnered with a store in South Carolina, and a few people, like the OG people, really appreciate you, because the ones that follow me on Instagram, some of the South Carolina resellers, they don't know exactly what happened, but they know I was with another store, and it wasn't my name. I kind of partnered with them, ended up losing like 10 to 20 grand. So just another bad situation I was taken advantage of pretty early on. I was probably 16, 17 years old. So just something that I've always been trying to get out of, and now I've just been through all these things that I'm really not going to put up with it anymore, and I can really kind of see through things. And I'm glad that this did happen, because I think everything does happen for a reason, and I think it showed me that I don't need a standalone store to be successful. Like, I know I can build up from where I started and resell and just focus on the consistent content that people want to see. But yeah, so as far as the phone call, he called me telling me about all these crazy numbers, and I was like, would you be interested? Because Danny, of course, I mean, nothing against him, but I mean, I tend to have my business being thrown out there that I don't necessarily like being thrown out there, but I guess the owner had already known my situation and knew I wasn't at the best, so he probably thought he already had the upper hand on me, so he could kind of...
And the people working for you as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, when their contracts ended, they might have were already thinking of months ahead.
That's the thing too. Like I think they would have helped me. I don't think they would have just up and left me, but they saw an opportunity where it's a more stable company, probably a little bit more than I'm paying them. Maybe, I don't know. We'll get to the pay thing in a minute. But yeah, so I don't know exactly what their plans were, but as far as the phone call, I asked if he'd be interested because he seemed like he had a lot of money or something, interested in what I do, because he said that he literally started reselling because of me. He saw my videos and his brother was already into shoes and stuff, so he was in the auto industry for years, and apparently there's a lot of stuff with that. I don't know if there's any of that we can get into or anything, but he told me a little bit about that, and I asked if he'd be interested in investing in my company so I could kind of save it, and he immediately kind of threw it off. Like,
yeah, so this is kind of where, I mean, I know you deleted the videos from the channel, but if you guys watched that video, this is kind of where.
No, so that was the video that we did was a reenactment. That wasn't real.
Okay, so when you guys sat down and talked and met, that was all pre-scripted, staged.
Exactly, because we were already talking, like we had eaten breakfast. I mean, we had obviously talked on the phone call, so that was just kind of reenacting what we had already talked about, not going too into detail. But yeah, so he said he wasn't interested in investing in Cam's Kicks, so I was like, what do I do? And he's like, listen, I mean, you're going to deplete through your cash in the next 3 to 4 months. Why don't you just come work for me? I'll pay you a really high salary job. I'll buy you out, this and that. Like, tell me everything I want to hear. Classic car salesman. I mean, no offense, but I mean, that's
the term, so.
It's exactly how it is. So I was like, I mean, I didn't want to do it, of course. I had built something so great, and I appreciate the audience so much. Like, I wouldn't be anywhere where I am today without them, obviously. So I was like, again, what's the worst what's the worst that can happen? He offered to fly me out to Tampa. It wasn't a grand opening, but it was going to be a weekend. So he said the numbers they were projecting to do would be pretty crazy. So I was like, okay, I guess. So he flew me out to Tampa, paid for everything, and yeah, so I just saw kind of how the store operates. We talked a little bit about kind of how the arrangement would work and everything, and the store was crazy. I mean, they did like, the first day I was there, I think it was 27,000 in sales in a day. Like that's not typical numbers that I did. So I mean, I just thought it was cool. I thought it would be a good opportunity, just make some money, save it up for a couple months, and then just kind of leave and do my own thing again, have the right capital to start it. But yeah, so that was that. Went back to Dallas, kind of told everyone how it went.
Was everyone on board with it? Were they like, yeah, sure, go for it? Like, so we're kind of whatever here, so.
Yeah, so Danny and Ronnie were obviously pretty on board because they had thought about doing it anyways. Alexa was not on board at all because she, for anyone that doesn't know too, like she was doing so much behind the scenes that people don't even know about. Like she was helping me with the finances, helping me run a lot of stuff too, because I mean, she's young too, she's the same age as me, but since I'm so young, I don't have the best business mindset all the time. Like I love creating content and I love sneakers, but obviously business takes years and years to learn, and she's been around successful people her whole life and just people that have kind of rubbed off on her. So she's very smart. Her dad's very smart, very good businessman. So big shout out to him as well. He's helped me a lot. And yeah, so one thing too, I'll say I definitely underutilized my opportunities too. Like even since I've been here, I've already been building so many connections. Like just a few people that I bought inventory here from, like I went out to dinner with them after. Like I'm just trying to be more social too, because I was never a social person in school. So just when my YouTube blew up, I didn't know what to do with it. And you've obviously seen me progress a little bit too. So that's just something I'm working on too. But yeah, so Alexa was pretty hurt. Like she thought I was just up and leaving her in the dust and taking this opportunity. So obviously we talked through it and figured something out. But Danny and Ronnie were on board because obviously they didn't really see. I mean, they believed in me, but they saw the decline of the business and were worried for their sake. And I don't blame them. I mean, they both have a kid.
Yeah, I don't think they would, if they didn't believe in Cam's Kicks, I don't think they would have moved down to Texas with him.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying they didn't believe in me.
No, I know. No, I get that. No, I get that.
But at the end of the day, they're going to do what's best for them, and I don't blame them. I'm going to do what's best for me as well. And they saw a better opportunity, and they're like, yeah, why don't we just all take this opportunity? It's going to be great. And yeah, so I mean, that's kind of what we did. They got their contracts, I got my contract, and here's where we can talk about it, because I have broken NDAs and contracts and this and that, not good situations, but luckily this contract is terrible, worst contract I've ever seen. It literally looks like a kindergartner made it. Like, it's not professional at all. Definitely not legally binding, and it's an at-will employee contract, which means either party can terminate it at any time for any reason. You don't have to have cause, and there's also no non-disclosure agreement in it, so either party can discuss anything that they want. So as far as that, he said he was going to buy me out of my inventory, so not necessarily buy me out, and this is where I really made a mistake, and this was more his idea. I just kind of went along with it because obviously I want to be perceived as successful. He was like, why don't you just tell everyone that you sold your company and then you're going to work for this high salary job, get this big paying store, or whatever he said.
Because so many people were like, Cam's a millionaire now. He's a millionaire. And I always knew. I mean, I don't get how you guys can see a huge company paying Cam millions of dollars. Like that, it doesn't make any sense. Why would they be so big and buy like that? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and that's the thing. People just watch stuff through a screen, and nothing against the audience at all, but not everyone is really in the business. And like you said, there is a lot of kids in my audience, so that they don't really know the full picture. And obviously, there are a lot of smart people too. I'm not saying that some people aren't smart, but they kind of saw the situation. There was most of the comments were negative on it.
I mean, right from the get-go, I saw that video. I'm like, no way did he sell. Like, no way would he make all that money off of a store that's comparative to this company, not even a fraction realistically. So no, you're not a millionaire here.
No, I'm not a millionaire, never have been. I mean, I
only bought you for inventory. So they took your shoes. They took what you were selling and moved them into their store.
Yeah, so I'd been trying to quick sell my inventory, kind of sold off most of it. I sold everything in Dallas. I don't know exactly how much I got, but it was nothing crazy at that point. But what was I saying? So as far as the...
You were talking about how they bought out...
Oh, yeah. So let me talk about that first. So, basically the deal was that they were going to buy out all my inventory and for a little more than I paid.
Did that happen? Did they compare it to what the shoes were worth?
Yeah, I mean, they paid me fair prices for sure. I made a little bit of money on it. I'll talk about the exact amounts in a minute. Okay. But so as far as that, and then he said for the YouTube revenue, at first, his first initial offer, and this was at breakfast, like it kind of progressed and I was negotiating through the process and stuff, that I would still get 10% of the YouTube revenue and make content and that. And I was like, what, like 10%?
So out of all the money you make on YouTube, you're only going to get 10%. So
and for no buy-in, this is the craziest part. No capital was offered in exchange for my YouTube channel, for my brand at all. Literally just buying my inventory. And this is, I don't know why I would have taken this opportunity. It was just because I thought I was in such a bad situation. And
I mean, that's the thing. It's like if someone is coming to you with money, a store, for you to get out of a bad situation, anyone who is easily, I'm not calling you like naive, but I mean, you know your situation, so you're like, shittily enough, you were thinking to, the YouTube is a part of it, whatever. You're still posting, but compared to your YouTube money, you're gonna be making that much money working for them.
No, and I thought it was gonna be a huge 6-figure job, make a lot of money and stuff like that, and it was definitely not what I expected. We'll get to that in a minute as well, but yeah, so I don't know why I would have done that, but then we kept negotiating, and he was like, okay, we'll just do, if the channel makes $4,000 or less, you keep all of it, and anything over that, we split 50-50. So, for example, if it made $5,000, we'd each get $500.
Okay.
No, so we get $500 each,
500
and then
each.
I get the $4,000.
Okay. So you would pocket whatever is above that, and then you would split. Okay.
But again, for no buy-in, so I don't know why I would have agreed to that.
So no money was given for anything.
None at all. And again, like a channel like mine, there's no true value you can put on it because it brings so many opportunities and stuff like that. But I mean, honestly, there is a price you can put on everything, and I don't know exactly what it's worth. Maybe $100,000 to $200,000. It all depends on the buyer.
Yeah,
like some people are willing to pay a lot more.
Yeah, for that large of a platform on YouTube is very hard to grow on too. It's not like TikTok or Instagram where you kind of can get famous. YouTube is a lot of work to get the algorithm and to do all of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was kind of the deal with that. And then I don't know if this is a little off topic, but as far as like growing platforms and stuff like that, like you said, it is very difficult. And something I always try to study trends and stuff like that. Like something I've tried and it worked. Like I stopped uploading on YouTube for maybe a week or two at one point when I was in Dallas because we just weren't getting the good content that we needed. And I came back with I think it was the end of Cam's Kicks like that, and I knew it was going to blow up. It got it's sitting at about 90,000 views now. Over time, it's going to hit at least 100,000 views. So I'm trying the same strategy right now because this video is coming out on April 1st. And that's something funny too. I did not plan that, but it's
literally everyone's like, it's an April Fool's joke.
Bro, that's what makes this so perfect. So let me talk about why this video is going to be so successful. I think this video is going to get minimum of 100,000 views. Yes, us together. That's something people have wanted to see forever. I'm doing a giveaway, which always produces numbers, and of course I want to give back because it's been a little bit. So a giveaway. I'm not uploading for a couple weeks. It's on April 1st, so everyone already thinks it's an April Fool's Day prank, which that was not planned at all. I didn't even realize that. But
that's so funny.
It's on a Friday, and I'm going to be
Friday's a good day too.
Yep. And I'm going to be uploading the next video on Monday, and then just start uploading 5 days a week. But yeah, sorry, I know it's a little off topic, but
it's just so funny to talk about. Like no, it's funny. So I don't know where was we left off? We left off.
So that was kind of the deal that we agreed on.
Okay, so the YouTube,
So I went out there. Oh, and this is the thing too. I had expected him to help me out with the lease and help me out with kind of my legal situation.
So you were still paying for Dallas.
Yes.
When you left.
I still am today, and that's the thing that sucks. And like I said, my lawyer is hopefully going to help me out of that, but. Yeah, so no monetary value was exchanged at all for helping me out of my lease, helping me with any legal battles I was in. Just inventory was bought. So I want to say like 2 weeks before I was going to take the job, I had went to Just Nice Sneaker Convention. Big shout out to them. Always great support there. And I've always been able to get great inventory there and stuff like that too. So I went there with the intentions of buying for my York pop-up, which I had planned purposely for the following weekend. So I didn't have to ship inventory from Dallas to Pennsylvania. I went to Just Nice Sneaker Convention, which was in New Jersey, and I drove there with my dad. Shout out to Pops Kicks. So I acquired a lot of inventory there. I think I spent, I don't remember how much it was, maybe 15, 20 grand. I got like 100 pairs.
For the York pop-up?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all for the York pop-up. Maybe it was 25. I honestly don't remember, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. It was 100 pairs, a little over that maybe. So great inventory, great prices. Stored that at my parents' house in Pennsylvania until the following weekend and brought all that to the York pop-up to sell. Bought and sold shoes. Great last experience. Did the York pop-up, and that was kind of like a big bang to end everything off because the lease was ending in a few more days. So I was like, why don't I?
Yeah, at York. Yeah, York. Okay.
Yep, in York. So that lease has ended. I'm not paying for that anymore, luckily. Yeah, so I did the York pop-up. What I ended off with some great inventory. Some of it I ended up keeping, just a little bit of it just to kind of resell on the side. And then the rest was worth like 50 grand. I paid 40 grand for it and ended up selling it to the company for 45,000. So it was right in the middle.
Yeah.
I made 5 grand. I mean, not the greatest ever, but I made a quick flip like that.
I mean, whatever. It's a lot, so.
Yeah, and at least I didn't lose money. So yeah, that's what I ended up selling. My final inventory was for 45 grand. So from 230 grand to 45 grand. I mean, maybe I sold another 20, so maybe it was worth about 65, but that's just scary how fast it depleted. But yeah, so I sold off the inventory, tried to, and that's the thing too, I was in an apartment lease in Dallas, and I still have another couple months on that. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with that. Still haven't even figured that out, so just probably gonna have to end up paying for it. But yeah, that's the thing with that. So I just ended up moving to Connecticut. The owner let me stay in his nice apartment here in Hartford, Connecticut. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. He said I could live there rent-free. So again, I was like, well, I'm not going to have to pay any expenses. He wanted me to manage his store in Nashville in August once that opens up, but wanted to get me started in the job right away. So just the first day I started there, like great people, nothing against the people that were working there. Met some pretty cool people there actually. But I was like, what did I do? It's like, it's just not something I ever saw myself doing. And I don't know why I did it, but I mean, you saw my situation, you know, some of the things I've been through. It's been tough. So I was like, I saw the bigger picture. If I just make this good salary for a couple years, build it up, I mean, I'll be able to build up. So, I mean, be able to obtain so much knowledge and everything and just be able to be so successful in whatever I want to do next, even if it's not shoes. So, yeah, just the first day, I was like, it's a 10-hour job, which is pretty long, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it's just like, I felt like I was back at Chick-fil-A because that's my first and only job I ever had. I worked there for a year when I was 16 to 17, I believe. So I was like, it feels like I'm starting all over again. Even if I'm getting paid a lot more, it's just, I can't see myself working for someone.
It was hard. Yeah, it was hard working for yourself for so long, and then getting put into an environment that wasn't where you have full, authority.
Exactly, and then just, it's not about the money. Like, honestly, he could offer me 3 times what he was paying me, and I still wouldn't take it because I just know the potential of what I have and what I can build, and I just want to do something I'm passionate about and that I enjoy. And something I've just always been passionate about is filmmaking. Even before I was in the shoes, I was always making short films with my friends or just recording dumb stuff. So it's just something I've always loved. Like, I would even upload it on YouTube and stuff. I don't have it anymore, but yeah, like previous channel. Like, I made so many channels before I finally found the right one. And it's really a niche market. You have to find the right one and just keep working at it. Like, people see... like, they'll hear the first album from an artist and it might blow up or something like that, but they don't know the pain and suffering that the artist went through for probably years to get to that point where they're at. They don't just come out with a hit record. Like, they're going through so many things. That's just an example I can think of. But yeah, so I received my first paycheck. They do get paid weekly. I paid my employees bi-weekly, so that was a good benefit, I guess. And it was for literally half the amount that I expected, and I was like, what? Like, I was never told that either. So apparently I never received a pay stub. To this day, I've asked multiple times, still hasn't sent me my pay stub. As I don't know what the deal with that is. But so I don't know where the money went, but he said taxes takes a lot or something like that. So literally received half the amount I was expected because of taxes. I mean, I'm sure some of it is taxes, but I don't understand how it could be literally for half. And that's why I don't understand too, like, how some people survive. Like, I feel bad, honestly, for Ronnie and Danny because they were barely getting by with what I paid them, and I paid them very well, but just this world to live in today is so expensive. So if they're receiving half, I don't know what they're going to do, but unfortunately, I mean, that's not my problem anymore. It's just something we'll have to deal with. But yeah, that's just a factor that goes into it as well. So that's crazy. Yeah, and something that was just word of mouth, again, terrible contract, wasn't even in the contract. He said that we were going to change the channel. I uploaded my first video a few days after working there, changed it. As soon as I uploaded it, I instantly regretted it. The backlash was just terrible. All the comments were like, I'm unsubscribing. I literally lost 1,000 subscribers in a day. Never lost that many subscribers so fast. Like, instantly, I just saw it. Like, I had built something up and worked so hard on it, and I was like, what did I do? Like, I didn't know what to do, so I left it as Impossible Kicks for a little bit, and then before I uploaded the next video, I was like, you know what, I can't do this. I changed it back to Cam's Kicks, and the support was great, but just because of a name, everyone, like, it was the most positive I had seen the comments in forever, and it was just because I changed the name. Like, that's how much, once you build a brand, that's how people really love it, and it's crazy, and it's such a blessing, honestly. So, but yeah, that's the thing with that. And my final day of work, I was already, like, knew I was going to be on the out. Like, I was planning on maybe leaving in a couple weeks. If it was a month, I didn't know how long it would be, but I left so quickly the following day. So I was on my off day, and on my off day, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to get back into doing what I love, which is creating consistent content. So I had been coming up with so many ideas, and just the juices were finally flowing again. And it was on my off day when I didn't have to do anything. So the whole day, someone that worked there was, like, trying to tell me to order bags and then set up payroll. Like, I was never, that's the thing too, there's no proper training at the company at all. Like, you're just thrown in the situation and expected to just know what to do. So he's sending me all the payroll information to pay the employees. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. This is my off day. I'll handle it tomorrow. And texting me and calling me like I wasn't answering. And then the owner calls me super mad at me. And this is the thing too. Like, you can ask any employee that works there, but most of them are scared of him because he can be a scary dude, honestly. Like, he has anger problems, and I don't even know. It's not my business. But he'll literally call employees screaming at them and cussing them out for practically no reason. So I was like, all right, I'm finally getting the call from him where he's going to be mad at me. What is it? So he calls me and he's like, what were you doing? You went to Kobe Swap Meet. You were supposed to be promoting my brand. I didn't get any promotions.
You were wearing it.
Exactly. It was not worth the money that I paid you. The investment group is mad at me. Like, I'm like, what do you want me to do? And that's the thing too. What perfect time to talk about this. So we have been promoting forever that we were going to go to Kobe Swap Meet. It was going to be insane. We were going to spend $250,000. Or no, at first it was going to be $300,000. Kept saying $300,000. Then it went down to $250,000. I was like, okay. I mean, that's still going to be insane. Never been done before. I get to the show. the guys tell me how much they're giving me. Guess how much it was?
Didn't you have only like 10,000?
$10,000
From the company.
From the company to spend on shoes. I'm like, bro, what am I supposed to do with this? Apparently they had issues with the banks or something like that. But total, the company probably spent like 60 grand. One guy had like 40 grand. I had 10 grand, and like another guy had 10 grand. So like 60 grand compared to 250 to 300,000.
Yeah, the 300,000.
That's a fraction. I could have done that by myself at one point. I spent 60 grand at Dallas Sneaker Con, and that was just me and one other guy, 30 grand each. So like, it's not even close. Like, it's just, again, telling everyone what they want to hear, but not delivering. So over-promising, under-delivering. It's a classic case of that. And so that was the first reason why he called me. The second reason was because I had, like I said, I was filming content. I went to a super cool store in New Haven, Connecticut called Exclusive Cops. Super cool guys there. I'm going to be doing a pop-up there eventually because I have another crazy video idea. It's going to be a big series, doing 50 pop-ups in each state. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to do a pop-up shop in every single state. Going to be partnering, yeah, thank you, with a store in each state. So for Connecticut, I'm going to New Haven. Is there any stores in New Hampshire?
There's like none.
None at all?
You'll be surprised to find one.
Pop-up at Tripping's house coming soon?
I don't know if I want people coming to my house.
Nah, I'm messing with you.
No, I know.
Yeah, so that was basically the thing with that. So yeah, the second reason he called me, because he was, again, really mad at me that I went to this other store because I took an Instagram picture with them and the investment group. And that's the thing with this company too. It's not even his money. It's this investment group, which it sounds like a sketchy situation to me. I don't know the details behind it. But yeah, so they were mad at me because I didn't promote Impossible Cakes enough, and I was promoting another store that was 30 minutes away from their location. It's actually like over an hour, but he kept saying 30 minutes. I wasn't going to correct him.
Yeah.
I'm correcting you now. So that's that. I mean, it's like, I don't understand that too. Like, if you're in the same market, you want to grow connections. You want to be able to...
You can't just eat up everyone.
Exactly. That's why, like, I don't see that necessarily as competition. I see that as an opportunity to work with someone else, and you can utilize each other. If you don't have a shoe, you can send someone to them. If they don't have a shoe, they can send them to you. You can work off of each other's business. It doesn't have to be cutthroat. It doesn't have to be like, oh, we have to be the best. We're the only people. And that's why they're so standoffish to so many companies. I met up with 3 sneaker stores in Connecticut while I've been here. All super cool guys, super cool store. Their selection's amazing, and I'm not gonna like throw anything out there really, but everyone had just negative things to say about this company. Like, no one is messing with them because they're trying to take over a market, and they're trying to treat it like it's an auto industry. This is not an auto industry. They're not in it for the culture. They're in it strictly for the money, and it's just a matter of time before it catches up with them. It's not sustainable. I don't think it will be around permanently. I think it's only a matter of time, and I'm not wishing on anyone's downfall. I'm just being straight up and honestly saying it how I see it. So.
Yeah.
I think within the next year to two, it could be sooner, it could be a little bit later. I don't think they'll be around anymore because it's not sustainable.
Sure. Yeah, completely, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing with that. I received that phone call, and just after that, I was like, you know what, this is the last straw. I need to do my own thing because I filmed 3 videos in one day. Like, that's how I'm getting so much content. I'm building it up. I'm creating a library, which I don't even know if anyone does, but I'm going to have so much content pre-recorded that I'm going to be able to upload 5 days a week, like almost indefinitely.
Wow.
So that's kind of my plan with that, because I need to get back to what made me, and that was consistent content. I'm going to be uploading a video Monday through Friday every single night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Night. Going to have Saturday and Sunday off to film and edit and that type of things. I mean, I'll edit throughout the week too, but yeah, so that's the thing with that. After that phone call, I was like, you know what, this is honestly the last straw. I'm not going to do this anymore. So like I said, I was staying at his apartment, because he had called me super mad as I was driving. I meant to decline the call, but I accidentally answered. He was like screaming at me. I was like, okay, I'm driving. Let me get to where I'm at and I'll call you back. So I called him back, and I was just sitting outside the apartment building, and I went in. I brought a cart because I just got a mystery box. So I put the mystery box on the cart, went in, filmed that, and just packed up all my stuff. It wasn't a lot of stuff because I had never really unpacked, because it was on, I'm not going to say the floor, but I mean, it was on a super high up floor in an apartment building. So I was incredibly busy, never got around to it. So the remainder of my stuff, it wasn't a lot of stuff, just packed it up on the cart, dropped off the key, and I was out. It was just like that. So I went and filmed with the second store. Again, went great, made a super great connection. Big shout out to him, Scott. He's the owner of Rundown Hartford. They have another location in Bridgeport, so they just opened their second location. They've been open like a couple weeks now, so it's literally like a 5-minute walk from where I'm staying at right now. But again, just super cool guy, and just the atmosphere was completely different than the company that I had worked for. And this is the thing too, like the company that I'd worked for, they only buy a specific type of shoe, and it looks so mediocre if you go inside there. And I'm not even trying to necessarily talk bad about them, but like just the other stores that I went to, they were just so much better, had such a better selection of inventory, just a better atmosphere, more welcoming. And it's like I didn't know like what they're really trying to accomplish than just to try to take over an industry and treat it like it's an auto industry, which it's not. There's a much bigger culture involved in sneakers, and again, if you're not for the culture, and then going back to it, you can
then you don't know the prices. It kind of goes full circle there. You don't know what you're paying, if that's a good price or if that's a bad price. You just see a hype shoe, people are talking about it.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I have the money, I'm just gonna buy it. I don't care. That's really what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So, and just another sign. And I had talked to the owners too and told them my situation. Again, they had just negative things to say, kind of like, it's not they weren't like talking bad about them, but it's just like from what other people tell them, like not even them saying anything. Like customers will go into there and they're like, gosh, I don't shop at this other company. You guys are so much better, because I looked at their prices. Their prices were very fair. And that's why I just don't understand why you're going to try to sell something twice market value and maybe sell to someone once or twice, but then they're not going to come back. They're not going to be a returning customer. So it's just, like I said, it's not a sustainable business model in my opinion. And I think many others will agree with that. But yeah, so then I called him later that night. He had already texted me, and like I said, the guy kept texting me about trying to do this and that, and he was already mad at me because of the previous thing. So he was mad again because I wasn't answering and not getting stuff done. So then I called him and just said, I'm done. It's nothing personal, but I just need to focus on my mental health, and it's just, I'm not willing to sacrifice that. It's not about the money. You could offer me 2 or 3 times what you're paying me. I still wouldn't take it. I need to get back to doing what I'm doing. And again, obviously he was mad. I thought it was going to go a lot worse, but he said I was being childish and I need to give back the bonus, even though I only received half. Still asked for my pay stub. Haven't gotten that. So, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I'm going to be focusing on consistent content. I have a pretty good system set up already. I'm going to be getting back to reselling on Instagram. I think is mainly where I'm going to do it. Going to be going to pop-ups. Still traveling to sneaker shows. I have some pretty good plans. Any other questions? I don't know what I can cover.
You kind of covered what your future is. I think you covered what the people are going to expect, just similar content without in-store videos.
Right.
You're going to be at other stores and everything. So I think many people are going to be pleased to know that you left this previous company and you're kind of on your own again. I think that's many people.
They already are. Like the support is just crazy. Like I made the post. Like again, people think it's an April Fool's Day joke. Some of them, but the majority of them don't. So they just been supporting like crazy. So thank you guys so much. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about? I think I pretty much covered everything.
I think you covered everything well, honestly. So I have nothing else to say unless you can think of something. But other than that, I think that's it. Is
there anything more you want to talk about yourself? Like kind of, because I don't know if you explained fully like what you kind of did previously, like how, like let's talk a little bit about our relationship through the internet and like what kind of happened with that whole thing.
With like the videos and everything?
Yeah, like the videos you used to make, and you can talk a little bit about how you were terminated, like kind of talk about that. So what's the whole deal with that?
I had a channel with 94,000 subscribers.
Was that the highest you got up to?
I was 94, I believe, 94.
Okay, so you would have hit it.
So So I was on projected to hit 100,000.
Yep.
In December, I got a random. My channel was taken down randomly. I don't know if you know the strike system. You have one community guy. You have one strikes. So I had one strike that was still pending.
Yeah.
I wake up, it was gone.
What was it for, do you know?
It was for sexual and nudity content, my channel.
Did you do that? Yeah, exactly. So
it was taken down. A lot of false promises with YouTube saying they're going to transfer over my account to another Google account.
Wasn't it?
That was in January. Then literally couple days ago, they said, oh, sorry, we can't do that anymore.
Wow.
So, and now I'm permanently blackballed from YouTube. I can't make any channels. I've made 3 other channels. All of them have hit 5,000 subs in like a month.
Yeah.
And then they get taken down.
That's crazy.
You know, so I'm pretty much off the platform.
How is that even possible? Is there just someone that's so high up that has connections and can do that?
It's either people are mass reporting the videos to get me noticed, or it's because YouTube has my IP banned,
that's probably
so
what it is.
I tried making a channel with a VPN. I'm gonna see how that goes, but who knows if that's gonna work.
Didn't you just start another channel like literally yesterday?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it, but
well, yeah. So we're gonna try doing that.
Okay.
My buddy owns it, so I'm not really the owner of it. So that's kind of a loophole to work around. If you don't own the channel, you like this video is gonna be fine because I don't own your channel, but I can be in a video, which is kind of a weird system how that works. So you know,
it is weird.
I'm really not that pressed about it anymore, but
yeah, but exactly like what type, because that doesn't fully explain to like what.
Well, yeah, the videos were just reaction channels. I would just watch a video, commentate on it, like I was doing with your videos. I never posted anything that was besides the video I was reacting to and just talking over it.
Okay.
So it's really, it sucks that YouTube did this, but there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those things that like is what it is. But like, it's funny. I want to talk about it too. Like, it's funny how everything progressed because at one point we were like arch nemesis. Yeah. Like I was trying to report your videos. I was thinking about seeing if it was possible to sue you.
Yeah.
Like, so it's really funny how like, the tables can turn like that.
No, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know how we even ended up here. It's just everything with. Yeah. I don't even know what even sparked it. I guess.
Well, yeah. So basically, like.
Well, the tweet, we did interview once on Twitch. We did a live stream interview.
That's kind of how this whole thing started.
So I don't know how did that even happen?
Yeah, because it's a classic thing of like, you were making all these videos. I mean, I just perceived it as hate, someone trying to make my brand die or something like that. And honestly, you can go to the thing like there's no such thing as bad publicity because in a way, I'm sure it helped me grow. Like there was viewers that watched both of our channels and they said they loved both of our content. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, it was nothing personal, right? It was just...
No, I literally, like, people don't understand that what I do in the videos is not how I am in person.
And that's why, too, like,
crazy.
When you went to the store, people wanted you to come up to me and, like roast me.
Roast you and everything. It's like, that's not how... It's like, there's YouTube and then there's common decency. You know what I mean? So...
No, that's good that you do have the
you know, right now, like, you know, it's already in the past, but even if, you know, what are they going to say? I'm going to insult you to your face, like, you know, I'll call you ugly, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, there's like, what am I, you know what I mean? I can do that, but it makes me look lesser than, you know, that puts you on a pedestal. So
exactly,
you know, if you're going to be more mature about it. So.
Yeah. But what was I saying? There was something
how you saw the channel was like, you saw that I was.
So let me ask you this too, like, are you, because you used to not reveal your face, is it
I really don't even use my face anymore. I don't really care. I'm fine in front of the camera. I don't care, you know. Yeah. I'm not used to the vlog style or anything, but
the narrative videos more. That's
I would just commentate over other footage. But people have seen my face on Instagram or older videos. You know what I mean?
At one point, I had no idea. I was like trying to go through your videos.
Well, literally, when you went to the vlog, you know, today you went up to my friend instead of me. You don't even know what I look like.
No, I did that on purpose. No, I swear, that was on purpose. I was messing around. I know what you look like. I've seen pictures. It was a joke.
Okay, I believe that. I'm like, come on.
No,
like,
I knew that obviously wasn't you. Okay. That redhead guy's not commentating these videos.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That you got me with that.
Though. No, I was messing with you.
So that's funny.
No, but something too, I think it's cool, some possibilities we can do in the future because...
People podcast.
Yes. Comment down below if you guys want to see us form together and... that sounds a little weird, but make a podcast together.
Nothing sexual.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, because I was saying you have such a specific voice. It's like the perfect voice for commentating like podcasts. Like I could hear your voice and immediately know it's you. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
It's just very unique. So I think it would be good for a podcast. Yeah. So comment down below if that's something that you guys want to see. That's definitely an opportunity we could make in the future. And comment down below too what the podcast should be called. So I was like Cam's Kicks After Hours. But
yeah,
I don't want to keep it too. Nah, I don't want to keep it too Cam's Kicks. So
I said frenemies, but that's been taken though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, something that's like friends, but like you know what I mean. We'll figure something out. That'll be good.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, as far as how this all came together, so. At first, obviously, I know I've grown throughout the last year or two or however long it's been. I used to be afraid to like confront situations and approach them. So I would like just kind of ignore them and just expect them to go away. And obviously that's not how this world works. Most of the time you can't just expect something to go away. So I treated you like that the entire time, and I was like, well, he just keeps making videos. So I was like, why don't I try another approach? Why don't you try the approach of killing them with kindness or making your enemy your friend? So I reached out to you and was just being completely nice and giving you compliments, because I always did think your videos were very entertaining.
And
like,
I was nice back to you. I
Yeah.
was not like doing anything.
You thought I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, I thought you were. I thought you were messing with me, but no, you
that's
weren't.
why you can't really see that through
text and everything.
Yeah. So we were talking for a little bit, and I was like, I wanted to create a video with you because obviously I thought that would be insane and just produce.
Well, yeah, you want to do a sit-down video.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not going to go all the way to Dallas at the time.
No, I completely understand.
So then we did the interview on Twitch live through Discord. 600 people watching that live.
And what's the most you've ever gotten?
That was the most I've ever got.
What was it before that?
That was it.
No, I'm saying like before 600.
Oh, it was like 100 or so, 200 people.
So like
triple
wow.
the amounts.
Wow,
people were
insane.
watching that.
And that's why it's crazy too. Just drama always produces numbers. Like my best videos are surrounding drama. Like fake bread ones, I think it's like 1.3 million views now. Like angry customer, probably 500,000 views. Kicked out security, like 500,000-600,000 views. So it's crazy that people love seeing drama so much. That's why I think this number is just. I mean, this video is just destined to produce numbers.
I think so.
Just everything coming together so perfectly. So we did the interview. How did you think that? Let me ask you this: what were your initial thoughts? How did you think it was going to go? Was it as expected, and how do you think it did go?
I mean, it was more of how people would react to it rather than how you would do it.
Did we talk beforehand? Did we?
No, that was our first time ever on a voice call or anything.
Yep.
And that was like about the stupid stuff, interviewing about all the other past dramas. You know, it wasn't really like this where we're discussing something together. Well, discussing something together. So, you know, it was good. I mean, it got like probably 30,000, 20,000 views considering
on Twitch?
No, on YouTube. I posted on YouTube. And you also posted on your YouTube as well, which did similar numbers.
Yeah, it was about probably 30,000.
Yeah, so I mean that in itself is crazy enough.
Yeah.
But this is a whole different thing.
No, most definitely. So is that how you expected it to go though? Did you think it went well first of all, and then do you think
I think I did a good job.
Yeah.
I think I did a good job. People were, you know, obviously there's going to be some people who are like he's not, you know, making fun of him, or he didn't say this or do that or that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm not going to do what
I
people
saw
say.
that too, obviously.
You know,
most of the people were just saying stupid stuff. So.
Yeah, it was like stupid ass questions. So
Yeah.
But then you reached out to me to do this.
Yeah.
About a week ago, so.
Yeah, so I was like, again, I'm just trying to really build up content and utilize my opportunities to my fullest. So it's like, this is something that's been destined to happen forever because it was supposed to happen a long time ago.
It was supposed to happen in May, last May.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that for anyone that doesn't know.
Yeah, so I drove, it was 8 hours one way to Cam's store, and you weren't even there.
Yeah,
so
such a major fail.
It was so bad. What are the chances?
I beat you before you even got there.
I'm like, I wish I knew that, but
yeah.
So it was like we literally spent on the road collectively, whatever. It was like a 22-hour thing.
Wow.
We did it all in one day.
Did you at least make good money off the content, or not really?
It had like 100,000 views, so I probably made about like a couple grand off of it.
That's worth it then.
I mean, it was worth it,
Yeah,
but then I made a follow-up video to your response about it, which did, you know, similar things.
Okay.
So I mean, relatively monetary-wise, it was worth it, but for physically demanding driving 18 hours, it was not worth it at all.
No, that makes sense.
So.
But yeah, so it was supposed to happen a long time ago, and I don't know how that would have went. I'm kind of glad it didn't. It probably wouldn't have went the best.
I don't know. Looking back, I'm glad you weren't there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, who might have, this might not have happened.
I definitely was a different person. I think I probably wouldn't have reacted the best.
I didn't even know how you were going to react anyway. I didn't even know what to say to you when I was there.
There wouldn't have been like an altercation.
No, it would have been like
it would have just been a weird, awkward.
Yeah, it would have been awkward.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm glad things finally led up to this. I think this is the start of something great, like I was saying.
I think so.
I think people are going to love seeing us together. Obviously, comment down below what you guys think, but I mean, I don't see how they couldn't. I mean, you'd be surprised. You can never please everyone. That's
fine though. It's whatever.
No, and I don't care. I'm not trying to please everyone.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just as long as the majority's there. But
yeah, if people are watching and whatever they're commenting something mean or disliking, that's just helping the video in any way. It doesn't really matter. So a view's a view. Who cares if you don't like this, or that's how I always thought of it.
No, I totally agree, and that's the thing too. Shout out to Connor TV. I visited him in Michigan. He helped me a lot too. He was telling me about some YouTube and ideas and kind of stuff that he's been doing.
Don't do any fake mystery box scams like he does.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, so the reason I brought him up is because he has a famous saying. I think it was his dad that says it, the dad. But yeah, so basically the saying is, I think it's a little bit of hate, a lot of money. So you can get a little bit of hate, but at the end of the day, that's going to make you a lot of money. And that's why, again, no such thing as bad publicity. You use it to your advantage, and you can monetize it. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything. We covered literally everything that I can think of.
I think everyone should be completely up to date.
Yeah,
with your
I think this should satisfy them
everything.
too, because a lot of times, like, I'm still learning. Like I said, I'm fairly new to this. I mean, I've been doing videos and stuff forever, but consistently talking to a camera and stuff like that, like...
I mean, it's not easy to sit down. Like, even I was a little bit weird how this would be perceived or anything.
No, I think
anyone in front of a camera is not going to be perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to keep this raw. I'm not going to edit it at all, just maybe pop up our Instagrams or something like that. But yeah, so I just want to be perceived as natural, and this is just kind of...
I think this is way better than, like, million cuts.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's
like,
not
I rather like
cuts. And that's the thing too. So, what was I saying about? Because the camera just cut. The camera cuts, and now I lost my train of thought.
Rather million cuts or.
So yes. So if I did this video by myself, I think it would not.
It would have been as like
well.
better, because like it's a lot harder to do it sitting by yourself.
Like I maybe could have done like a 5-10 minute video, and I probably would have had to cut it because I probably would have kept stuttering and like not had my point come across correctly. So that's why I'm very thankful. Thank you so much for coming out here, man, and doing this, because I
couldn't miss it.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a moment that was
crazy.
destined to happen.
I know, it's crazy.
So, but yeah, no, I hope you guys are satisfied with this. Gosh, see, I can't talk. I would have cut that out. But now you guys are seeing how
we can see how you mess up and everything. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm glad it happened the way it did. I think we pretty much got everything out. I mean, comment down below if there's anything we missed, but I don't
think so. I literally can't think of anything that you didn't cover. I mean, you left the company because you just weren't satisfied with it.
Yeah,
that's basically it.
I built such a great brand. I just want to continue to build that up, and that's obviously what I was known for, not working for another company.
Sure.
So
and I think many people can agree with that. They subscribed for you, not to be a shill. You know what I mean?
And I will say too, it's not like the company like deliberately like just screwed me over, but I mean, again, over promise, under delivered. It's just that kind of thing, and it's like just not something I could see myself doing. I wasn't happy doing it, and I want to do what truly makes me happy, which is creating content and reselling sneakers. So that's pretty much everything for me. Anything else you want to add to this video?
I think that's it.
Okay. Any next plans that you have? Because I know I would say subscribe to your YouTube channel, but I don't have to deal with that.
Simpleclothing.usa. You can get this hoodie. Okay. Or we're doing a drop probably around then. So
you have a website? That's the website?
Yeah, I think it's simpleclothing.us again. So that's the website. Okay. The quality's insane. I mean, it's double stitched hoodies, wicked comfortable. Only $34.99, so cheap. So you can't beat that.
One more question I have for you. Didn't you go to like fashion school, or what was that?
My degree, I'm studying fashion.
Oh, so you're in school right now?
Merchandising and management, essentially.
What year are you?
I'm technically a senior.
Okay, cool. So what's kind of your plan with that? You just want to build your own brand, or?
Brand, working for anyone, it's anything. You know. There's unlimited. I don't really think that far, honestly.
No,
I'm just trying to get a degree, but no, I mean, whatever we take, grow the brand. You know, if I could do this for a living, that's fine, because YouTube was my main source of income for over a year.
Right.
So now I'm still in shambles, looking for a job or whatever, something to fulfill what I need.
And that's why you always have to be smart and build up multiple sources of revenue. Like if the YouTube doesn't do well,
exactly, the brand is right there. Exactly.
If the sneakers don't do well, I'm gonna it always varies out. I mean, not varies out. What's the word? You know what I'm trying to say?
Varies out.
No, what's the word? You know what I'm trying?
Variable.
Settles out. Not settles. Why can't I think? I don't know. You probably
settles out. I can't even think.
That's not the. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the word?
Works out in the end. I don't know.
Sure. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm used to cutting videos and I mess up. But
no, who cares?
That's why I think this is cool. People will love to see raw
who cares?
And natural stuff.
This is who we are, so it doesn't. Who cares?
Exactly. But
settles out. Works. I don't know.
It's been a crazy day.
Yeah,
My mind isn't working.
There's
right,
a lot happening.
Yeah, but definitely make sure to like, comment, share this video, guys. If you're not already subscribed, what should they do?
Hit the like button. Smash the like.
Smash the like button.
Camskicks.com.
Yeah.
You always do that.
We don't have that anymore.
No, okay.
Yeah, new website coming soon. Well, I technically still do have it. I don't know
you're
what
like,
I'm doing
you're like, what's the website? K-Cam, what's the website?
Wait, did I say that on the interview?
Dude, you always say that in your videos.
Oh, no,
hey, what's the website? Follow us on.
It's like Logan Paul, though. How many times does he say, what is it, Maverick.com or something like that? Yeah, it's good advertising. That's what I love about YouTube, too, is you literally get paid to advertise for yourself.
Yes,
that's why it's such a great opportunity. But yeah, I mean, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram.
Follow
me on Instagram at Camskicks Official. And where can I follow you?
Simpleclothing.us.
You don't want to shout out your...
That's all I care about.
Oh, okay. He's not going to even shout out his trip again.
I don't even care.
Okay. What would you be mad if I just popped it up like right there?
I don't care. Do whatever.
All right, I might have just popped it up like right there.
I have like 4 Instagrams you can do.
No, I'm not gonna do
whatever
all that.
You want me to do. I have a car, whatever, dude. Whatever you.
All right, well,
I mean,
this is the closing out video. You guys are gonna see us in a little vlog that we're gonna do together. Oh, let me mention this. You're gonna be editing that vlog, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is something that I always wanted to do too. I thought this would be very interesting. Because he's a great editor. I just use iMovie. I've just kind of taught myself stuff. It's not that iMovie's bad. It's just
it's just basic.
Yeah.
It's just basic, and
so I do what I can with it. But I think this will be very interesting. This video is just going to be a raw, pretty much uncut video. So I'm just going to throw it in the iMovie, throw up a few pop-ups. But yeah, so that video, I don't know if it's coming out after this one, but it'll be out soon. You guys definitely will want to look out for that one. But yeah, I mean, that's going to do it. Anything else you want to add?
That's it. We tried to intro this like 5 times. I think I'm
intro, you mean outro?
I'm just gonna outro out and just scoot off frame here. So we just finally end the video. No, I'm good.
That's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great night.